Welcome to the Graveyard Shift. In this episode, we talk about video games to movies and have heated debates about gaming and fashion. Thanks for listening.
So they've never played anything Mario. But I had to explain all the little Easter eggs. I'm like, oh, look at that. That's a, that's a PS2, or that's a,
You gotta at least get him a Wii.
No.
A Wii?
I'm a PlayStation person. Of course, when I was younger, I had all the PlayStation or the Nintendos, but that was the only option. Once the PlayStation came out, that was it. That was just the end for me. But a lot of the younger games are actually on the Nintendo systems, like the Nintendo Switch and whatever else. So really they've missed out on that whole era. It's unfortunate that they don't you'd think that they'd cross over onto the PlayStation, like every other game kind of crosses over platforms, but I guess because they own it, they don't want to share it with the other platforms. But it's unfortunate because the kids really had no idea what Mario was. I'm like, oh my god, it's a tragedy. So sad.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. That's something I've always hoped for in my life, was a PlayStation 3 Mario crossover.
Yeah.
Back then, PlayStation 2, whatever.
Yeah.
Or even if they come to their senses at some point, like a PS5 Super Mario game would absolutely destroy the shelves. Like
it would.
It's a shame they don't think to do these things, because they're just so greedy to the companies. They need to keep these titles to themselves. They need to keep the competition going. They can't just be like, hey, we all have a good thing going on here. Let's think about the market that would happen if we were to start sharing and collabing things.
Mm-hmm. How many billions do they make per game? Yeah.
Right, and it would start making sense then why these games are $70 to $100 per release. But at this point, they're releasing a game $70 to $100 that's not even finished, that they tell you straight up, hey, this isn't even done, this is pretty much the beta, but you're going to pay $70 for it, and we're going to update it throughout the next 3 years. It's the worst gaming has ever been. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's been some great games that come out,
and they glitch right to the end.
Right, because they don't beat it's unreleased. It's like it's not done. Yeah. They just don't finish it, and then they refuse to do certain things to it to focus on other things, like specifically Call of Duty. But I don't even want to get into that because they're already killing themselves. It's giving me a headache.
Yeah. No, I definitely do wish that they would come out with some games on like the PlayStation. I'm sure PlayStation would buy some rights to be able to use it on there, and a lot more kids would be able to experience it realistically. But then it forces parents with young children to go out and buy their systems if they want anything to do with Mario Kart, and I don't know what they call it nowadays. But that's what it was Mario Kart or Super Mario World or Mario and friggin' Yoshi's Cookie, and you know what I'm talking about.
I couldn't even imagine what it'd be like if Mario got to be a PlayStation 5 feature, because the capability that they have. I mean, there's been some Mario Nintendo Switch games, but nothing super big. Like, they just came out with a new one, Super Mario Bros. Wonder or something like that. But the capability between the Nintendo franchise and the PlayStation franchise is not even close. Like, if you looked at the clips recently, they released Mortal Kombat 1 on all consoles, right? And they also released it on the Nintendo Switch. And the look of the Nintendo Switch graphics have you disgusted. Like, you have come to the expectation with this game. Like, when you look at it at the PlayStation 5, it looks tremendous. It looks great, fantastic. And then you look at it on the Nintendo Switch, and it's like you're back in 2005. Like, it's the most PS2 2D characters. The gore looks like just, I don't know, it's cartoonish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not even close to realistic anymore. It's just straight cartoonish. A video game that I would always hope would turn into a movie, Call of Duty, because have you played the old Call of Duties?
Mm-hmm.
So the original Modern Warfare franchise, the original Modern War or Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, all the way up to MW3 is just straight bangers. And to see what they would be able to do with the 2023 movie capability, I mean, it's similar with the whole video game industry, like to see what they could do these days with Call of Duty in terms of movies, in terms of animation, editing, whatever it may be. I mean, I can just see it being great. I can see it being a movie that's just...
Yeah, but what would you prefer? Would you prefer it to be like live action, or would you prefer it to be like animation?
No. We need a live action. I want to see Captain Price in real life. I want to see who would play him. I want to be able to respect the actors and be like, wow, like either they really look like this character and they played this character well, or like when Gaz came along in the new Modern Warfare series, the newer series, he was somebody else, but he was like a completely different character, but he still made a good name for himself. And I could see them doing that with the movies. How about you? You got any video games you wish turned into a movie?
You know, I'm just kind of looking, and I'm seeing that they're talking about a Call of Duty movie that stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's bait. That's bait.
Is it?
That's fake.
Are you
I
sure?
saw that one. I saw that. Oh yeah, I saw that years and years and years ago. That was never a thing.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
I wish. I really wish. That got me excited.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought I was onto something.
Man. If there was a Call of Duty movie, the world would blow up. My Twitter would blow up. My phone would blow up. There's a couple games that used to be like Desert Storm and SOCOM. Literally at the beginning, it would be like, sign up for the U.S. Navy today. Like before the game even loaded. But Call of Duty never, I guess, was like that because it's nowhere close to showing realism of war, you know?
Yeah. Something I would like to see as a game. I'd like to see Free Guy as a game. I think that needs to be a game. You don't think so? But it's also... Go ahead.
I was going to say that's a great choice.
Yeah. Free Guy is one of my favorite shows, and I think it would be amazing. But, like, you know, it's kind of like GTA, I guess, sort of. In the, you know, you can wander around and blow things up and do whatever you want. But I think that would make a really cool game.
I think I would rather live in the Ready Player One universe. Not the universe like where they were all poor and shit, but like the universe of like the video game that they were in. Like if they had that video game where it was literally just, you know, the universe, but you were inside the mind of the creator. You know, just had a little more complex thought and a little more detail into it. Like Free Guy was essentially GTA because you could do almost anything, but it's like that's kind of it, is the thing that you can do anything, you know. There's not like story to it.
Yeah,
but with Ready Player One you had the objective of like, this is a whole tournament, there's different game modes to do, become known.
But there was like getting the points and leveling up and stuff in Free Guy as well. Like there could be a lot of different... No, I don't agree. I think there was a lot of different storyline. Like, you know, he had to level up to be able to be strong enough to help his woman that he was in love with.
We have another disagreement on something.
What's that?
You're a classic Street Fighter fan. I'm a classic Mortal Kombat fan. I've played Mortal Kombat since Shaolin Monks, and I've kind of played it since Armageddon. I was there when Shaolin Monks, you know, they had those weird ass game modes of just the 2-player. I was there when Armageddon had I believe it was the chess game mode. It was really fucking fun. You got to like play chess with characters that you chose, like a team of 5 versus 5, and then anytime a Mortal Kombat character would interact, you would fight and then take over the spot. Yeah, it was super fucking fun.
I don't know. It sounds more confusing than fun. Why would you be playing chess and then fighting?
Because it just makes it funner. I don't know. They got me into chess. Hell.
No sense at all.
And then Mortal Kombat Deception, they had their first open world game.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat. I mean, I always dreamed of having an open world game, but more recent would be great. But their open world game back then was still pretty good too. But it was more of like a new character. Like you were like a character that nobody knew, and you had to be trained to be the next Mortal Kombat hero or whoever.
Okay. Yeah, no, I definitely played the Street Fighter. It was more, I tried playing Mortal Kombat. I couldn't figure out the stupid end moves. It pissed me off. And I think I liked the button mashing a little more on Street Fighter. I was the best. I would always use Ryu, and I'd do the upside, not Ryu, sorry, what the hell was Chun-Li? The one who did the upside down spin kick, and then I'd stuff them in a corner so they couldn't move, and so much fun. They would get so mad at me until they rage quit.
So what's the difference between Street Fighter button mashing and Mortal Kombat button mashing?
It was less button mashing-y. Like, you had to figure out I guess, like, you would learn the, X to roll to up, and, you would have to learn it, but I just found the buttons were, you had to really figure out the moves. Like, you had to know exactly how to do the moves, as well as the final moves were like a ridiculous amount of button pushes. For Mortal Kombat. Like, do you remember how to do any of the final moves? Like the really bloody gory ones?
Back forward, circle.
Yeah, like who has time to do that in the middle of a crazy fight?
It's not the middle. It's not the middle. It's at the end of it. It's not even an essential part of the fight. It's at the end when you've already won, and it's like, okay, he's either gonna fall down in 5 seconds or you're gonna do something cool here. That's what a fatality is.
I could never get the stupid fatalities.
Look, I disagree with you though, because button mashing, like, people win off of button mashing in Mortal Kombat. Like, you can know good combos, but you face somebody that's never played Mortal Kombat before and give them the controller, and all they're gonna press is square. And when all they press is square, they'll still whoop your ass for some reason. You can't, like, it's I don't know. It's something that you're lying, is what I'm saying.
I'm lying.
You're full of shit.
I don't know. I derived more joy out of the Final Fantasy. Oh my god, Street Fighter. The Street Fighter games.
Right, but what? Like, they have nothing to offer. Mortal Kombat had a story. They had different game modes.
Because I could beat people. I was like the best. That's the only reason why. They at least have added character.
They take characters from other universes. They fucking took Batman. They took DC versus Mortal Kombat. What does Street Fighter had? Street Fighter versus Capcom?
Because I could beat people. That's it. That's all you need. You have to be able to.
You could do that in UFC. You could do that in WWE.
Yeah, but I just wasn't good at those
Street Fighter's
games.
Not special.
It was my game. Sorry, the memories associated with it as well. Like, it's something that I played in my youth, and I remember playing it with my friends, and so it's the nostalgia of it as well, not just the.
So you're whipping out the emotional card.
Yeah, you can't mess with my emotions.
I know.
So you're gonna tell me my emotions are wrong?
No,
and my button mashing?
Obviously, you have to validate your fucking feelings, but you're wrong in the button mashing. Street Fighter is a dog shit game, but I'm validating the fact that you had good memories.
Yeah. Who did that? The Hadouken!
Oh, I remember that. That was turned into a song.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was turned into a remix.
Throwing the fireballs.
Find it. Toys and toy company like Hasbro, they're gonna start making more movies after the Barbie success. They're gonna make one that I'm excited for, Hot Wheels. That's gonna be cool. Uno, somehow, I'm not sure how they're gonna pull off Uno, but I mean it's gonna be the same universe as G.I. Joe, Transformers, stuff like that.
Uno?
They're setting up a Marvel universe.
Okay, that's kind of
Like at the end of the new Transformers, apparently there's a G.I. Joe soldier there, which is obviously a crossover, but it's a Hasbro universe.
I haven't seen it yet, so.
Everybody dies.
What?
Everybody dies at the end.
In Barbie?
Yep.
You're a liar.
There's a nuclear holocaust.
You're a dirty little liar.
Hitler wins. No, it is a good movie. No spoilers, but it's definitely one of those. Well, how do I put this? It says patriarchy like 47 times in the movie. It's one of those movies, you know.
I'll send you a picture. I have a picture of me in the Barbie car, but I haven't seen the movie.
It is a really good movie. It's definitely like a motivational. It's motivating to the mothers, obviously, because it's like you grew up with Barbie, and the movie is kind of for the mothers in the end.
Oh, okay.
But it's also for the kids, trying to explain to them like, oh, this is what Barbie is supposed to be, you know. But there's complications. I won't spoil it for anybody that hasn't watched it, but it's definitely a good watch for women and mothers. But not Ben Shapiro. Definitely not Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro?
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. Speaking of Barbie, I went to Telespark in Calgary, and they had Barbie Through the Ages. It was like a like their main centerpiece show was Barbie, and it was really, really cool. And it basically showed Barbie and they had the first Barbie there. They had and then they had like it was basically a timeline of Barbies all the way across, and what the different things they came up with, like the working Barbie, and Barbie was actually in space before man was. Don't know if you know that, but Barbie was in space.
Like they said,
what?
They sent the Barbie doll to space.
They didn't actually send the Barbie to space, but she had a spacesuit, and you know, she was in imaginary space. Okay, before man was, like, she had.
Right.
And it was actually really cool. Like, some of those Barbies they had there were amazing, like the ethnic Barbies, and what did they had, like a Japanese one. It was amazing. Like the collection that they had there must have been worth so much. But yeah, I didn't think Barbie would be that interesting, but it was. And they had the Barbie car there, and you could sit in there, and they had the Ken and Barbie boxes you could go and stand in for pictures, and they had just all the history of it. They had the first commercials that came out on the screens that were there. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
No, it is. I agree. In the Barbie movie, it even goes into the lore of Barbie, and like I said, like what Barbie is supposed to be, and it also goes into what Barbie was unfortunately portrayed as, and stuff like that. And it also, you know, like I said, goes into the lore of like who invented Barbie, who it was based off of. It even goes into that, and I even believe, obviously I might be wrong, but they released ethnic Barbies like very early, before it was like socially appropriate to start making toys and stuff like that for like before, I guess I wouldn't know the exact time frame, but something I heard. But yeah,
well, that's pretty neat. Yeah, I think I actually took pictures of them, but I can't remember if I got all of them. I'm sorry. I can't remember if I got pictures of all of them or not, or...
There's even boots, specific Barbie boots, that are $200.
Wow.
That are, well, they're like actual, no, not boots, excuse me. They're actual skates. They're roller skates.
Okay.
$200 roller skates. They're bright pink.
Like new ones?
And I think they have, I believe so.
Oh. That's really not that much, even like for shoes. Like, I don't know.
It's like official Barbie.
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, that's not even that much for just going out and buying a pair of shoes. Like, the runners I go out and buy are $200.
That disgusts me hearing that. What do you mean? I wouldn't dream of my life of spending $200 on shoes.
That's just how much girl shoes are. Oh my god. Okay, unless you go to like Walmart, I guess you can get, you know, some $20 shoes there. Not knocking Walmart shoes. I've bought my fair share. But they really don't last that long comparatively. Like, I'm just saying, like, you go out and buy Nike shoes, or they're, you know, gonna run you a couple $100. That's just a regular price. Maybe that's Canadian, but everything is $200. It's crazy. But no, that's a regular. I just bought my kids' shoes, and they were $200.
But my problem is, sure, that might be the average, or what you used to pay, or even what it's like here paying, and I just don't pay that much. Mm-hmm. My problem is, and I guess it might be getting a little political now, my problem is it should never have gotten to that price for what it's actually worth. Okay? Shoes are... how do I put it? Shoes are useful, but... I don't know. I mean, it's just... to me, it's just like
yeah,
gas.
But they're fashion. They're not just... people don't see them as just a utility, like a pair of jeans. Well, even pair of jeans, right? It's fashion. It's like the shoes my kids got. They got freaking... what did they have to have? They had to have these stupid... what are the new Nike ones? So they're like all white, and it was like $260. And it's like... I don't get it, but it's just for the name. You're buying it because you are seen as somebody if you are wearing that specific shoe.
Right, and you don't question that?
Yeah.
You're not like, why is it that you are only seen as somebody if you have that name? That's not good.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's not good because the people that can afford that aren't looked at as that somebody. They're looked at as nobody, or even lesser than that somebody. And that's what they're going to treat them like. They're going to be like, oh, I am that somebody. I have these fucking shoes. Ain't nobody have these fucking Jordans. Everybody else around here is broke. Ain't no one got this shit. You're going to feel that power. Like, people already know.
I don't know. It's... some people are just into shoes. Like me, personally, I have 2 pairs of shoes, and they're probably like a year old. Like, you know, like I wear my shoes until they don't work anymore. I couldn't care less. But to kids, you know, they get made fun of if I remember when I was in school, all my clothes were hand-me-downs. I got my sister's, my older sister, who's like 10 years older than me, her hand-me-downs or whatever else, right? So it was already 10 years past fashion, and people made fun of me. And I guess maybe I didn't like that feeling, so maybe I kind of passed it on that I have to make my kids feel better than I felt.
If you felt that way younger, you're gonna want better for your kids, and nothing's wrong with wanting better for your kids, but they just, I don't know, the phrasing of that, the phrasing, how you put it, of like, you're somebody if you wear it, like, it's true. you know, and that's the problem. Is that's how it shouldn't be seen. And I just hope that your kids that have those either see that and are like, wow, like these are good shoes, I like the quality of these, but rather than that, it doesn't feel like anything else. You know, I hope they're more like that rather than like, damn, I'm the shit because I got this shit on because I got the money. Fuck these other broke ass people. Like, it could go
because they don't have, you know, they wear sweatpants with them, right? Like my kids definitely, but there was just this one of my kids decided they had to have these shoes, so I finally broke down. I bought the shoes, and then the other two had to have those shoes, and I'm like, well, I can't just buy one kid the shoes. But, you know, generally, no, I'm not going to be wasting a ton of money on fashion. But my eldest just went to university, as you know, and he says that he feels like he's completely out of place. Like, everybody is, the clothes that they wear, like they just stepped out of a modeling magazine. Like, everybody's super dressed up to the nines, and you know, he's from some little hick town, and that they've always fit in at before, and now they're kind of thrown to the wolves. It's like, well, how do you, I don't know.
It's their style choice. It's what they feel comfortable in. It's what they already wear. You know what I mean? And I would get it if they grew up in something else, if they were comfortable in something else. But if they look at these shoes and they're like, damn, I like those. These are really my style. They would fit good on me. They're thinking about themselves. That's good. But if they're like, damn, these shoes could make me feel better. These shoes could make me look better to the eyes of somebody else. You're doing it. You're thinking about somebody else getting that thing. You don't approach it like that. You got to make them feel confident in what they're wearing and what they're doing now. You know what I mean? Because that's the pressure getting to them. That's being like, damn, I ain't got shit, and I feel like shit because I ain't got shit. But in reality, it's like, no, these people just have a little nicer stuff. Maybe they have more stuff than you. If you want it, you want it.
Yeah.
But if you want it because you want to fit in, you don't really want it. And that's...
trying to appease the masses by...
You don't want to chase that.
No. Everybody needs to be their own person. Whether it's...
Of course.
But I can understand, you know, I feel out of place in the big city. Everybody does look a lot different, but then there's people, you know, it's whatever you choose to see as well, because you're going to see all kinds of people in the big city. You're going to see, you know, from the rich posh people to the crackheads. Like, you choose your place in the middle.
When I go out to this store, let's say I'm wearing sweatpants, I don't, like, somebody would tell me, like, yo, you should change your pants. like why should I change my pants? Well, because you look lazy. You look like you're not trying to get dressed. Yeah, I'm not. I'm going to the store. Am I going on a date? Am I going out to eat? I'm going nowhere fancy. I'm going shopping for essentials. Who am I appealing to?
Mm-hmm.
Who am I trying to impress? I don't give a fuck. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't be cussing like this. I don't give a damn. Yeah. I don't care. Like, it's not something that I want to chase. I don't care if I go in sweatpants and a sweatshirt and flip-flops. Like, why on earth would I care?
Mm-hmm. I know.
But that's always
hard not to care what other people think. I've always kind of had a little fear of, being judged. I guess that's weird. Being judged. But realistically, I don't think people really care.
I agree. And that's valid. That's valid because that's where I came from. I also came from that. I think I just snapped a little earlier for me, for being judged from doing all that, is realizing that there's nobody I have to please but myself, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if I want to look good for a significant other, I will.
Mm-hmm.
But in no way, shape, or form do I need to focus on getting something fashionable for social status or wearing something specific to a grocery store. You know, it's just, I don't know. I would never. I used to feel that way. I used to feel like shit like that, but like I said, it's just about.
I think it's a lot different going to the grocery store in a little hick town than going to the grocery store in a big city, though. Just personally. Well, because nobody cares. Nobody really cares in a little town. Like, everybody is just comfortable. Hey, thanks for joining us on the Graveyard Shift, part of the Undead Gaming world. This has been Doza and KillerChick coming at you, and hopefully giving you some insight into our views and something to think about. We appreciate you being here. If you want only podcast content, then hop on over to the Graveyard Shift YouTube channel, or stick around on Doza's YouTube channel, and make sure to like and share. Until next time, signing off.